Hello and welcome everyone to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing the Spring 2022 anime. I'm on my anime list here, and we're going to be looking at all the anime coming out in Spring 2022. Because you know what, I didn't watch a lot of anime in the winter season. The only big three I watched were Eri Fureta Season 2, Realist Hero Rebuilds a Kingdom Season 2, and My Dress Up Darling. Those were the only ones I watched. I think those were most like those were some of the bigger ones anyways, at least the ones that I were excited for. There were a couple more that I would have maybe liked to watch or at least check out. But yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot. So, and part of it was because I didn't really have an idea of what to watch. But you know what? Here we are. We're looking, we got a strong, I'm looking at these first three. I've heard of all of these, and this is a strong lineup. First up, we've got Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2. Now, a lot of people I find a lot of people have mixed reviews of this. Me and my friends really love this anime. I personally love this anime. This was honestly one of the, I don't want to say first anime I watched. It was like kind of like I watched this a while ago, like a long time ago, and I fell in love with it. I don't know. It's one of the better isekais in my opinion. I think it's an example of what an isekai can be. They just did everything so well. I just enjoy this. I'm really excited for season 2. I think it was supposed to come out earlier and they delayed it or whatever to spring. So, anyways, I'm super excited for Rising of Shield Heroes season 2. I guess we'll click on it just to have a look at what it's all about. No background anime. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Coming in over here, we got Spy X Family. Spy X Family is, from what I've understand, a very popular manga series or whatnot. And it sounds like the plot is great. I'll definitely be checking this one out because, let's click on it first so we can read the synopsis then. It's got a 9.8 or 9.08. It's ranked number 4. Holy moly, look at this. Anyways, for the agent known as Twilight, no order is too tall if it's for the sake of peace. Operating in Westalis Master Spy, Twilight works tirelessly to prevent extremists from sparking war with the neighboring country Ostania. For his latest mission, he must investigate Ostanian politician Donovan Desmond by infiltrating his son's school, the prestigious Eden Academy. Thus, the agent faces the most difficult task of his career, to get married, have a child, and play family. Twilight, or Lloyd Forager, quickly adopts the unassuming orphan, Anya, to play the role of a 6-year-old daughter and prospective Eden Academy student. For a wife, he comes across Yor Breyer, an absent-minded office worker who needs a pretend partner of her own to impress her friends. However, Lloyd is not the only one with a hidden nature. Yor Moonlights is a lethal assassin, Thorn Princess. For her, marrying Lloyd creates the perfect cover. Meanwhile, Anya is not the ordinary girl she appears to be. She is an Esper, the product of secret experiments that allow her to read minds. Although she uncovers their true identities, Anya is thrilled that her new parents are cool secret agents. She would never tell them, of course. That would ruin the fun. Under the guise of the foragers, the spy, the assassin, the Esper must act as a family, carrying out their own agendas. Although these liars and misfits are only playing parts, they soon find that family is far more than blood relations. Yeah, so anyways, the plot for this one, as I just wrote it out there, or the synopsis, like that just sounds incredible for an anime. I have a high hope for this one. I've seen a couple trailers, a couple clips. I think a lot of you might have heard of this one. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. Anyways, moving on, we have Love is War, ultra romantic. I know I haven't watched Love is War. I know it's on my list, definitely. But like, I don't know. I haven't been watching this. I haven't. I should start it. I know a lot of people are super excited for the next season of this. And I can't blame them. I know a lot of the characters are very popular. I just never really got into it, and I find it hard to start now. So I don't know if I will start. But anyways, for those of you who are super excited about this. There you go. That's coming out this season as well. What is this? Shekimori's Not Just a Cutie. I've also heard of this one. I've heard of this one. We'll just read the synopsis quickly because it's nice and short. Shikimori seems like the perfect girlfriend, cute and fun to be around, sweet when she wants to be, but she has a cool dark side that comes out under the right circumstances, and her boyfriend Izumi loves to be around when that happens. So yeah, I think there's a pretty sick trailer. I'm not gonna play it, but this one I'd definitely check out because honestly, it seems like a bit of a high school romance with a twist. I don't know if I will check it out, but I think I'll put it on my list. If I have time, I'd like to, because it sounds cool. It's got 7.4. So yeah, I guess you give that one a go if you're into that sort of thing. The high school rom-com. Yeah. Alright, what's up next? Comey Can't Communicate, second season. This is pretty exciting. I really like Comey Can't Communicate. And I think a lot of people are quite excited for the second season. So this is going to be... It doesn't have much of a background information or anything. But yeah, Comey Can't Communicate. Definitely be looking for this one. Definitely. Then we have Aharin-san wa Hakarene. Probably botched that pronunciation, but hopefully not. Anyways, Reina Aharin, a small and cute student with a quiet voice, is quite bad at determining distance and personal space. Sometimes she's inches away from your face, and other times miles too far. The only one who tries to understand her antics is Raidu Matsuboshi, who is seated beside her in class. He has a menacing face, but in reality he's a kind boy with an imagination that can run wild at times. Aharon-san wa Hakareni follows the peculiar pair as their odd friendship starts to blossom when Raidu picks up Aharon's eraser for her. She misinterprets his gesture and now believes them to be best friends, showing the simplest of things can prove to be the most complicated of challenges for them. This sounds like a cool concept. It kind of sounds like just like a nice slice of life, which is, I think we don't get enough of those. Well, I know there are a lot of them, but I feel like we always can have more is what I meant to say by that. Like, I never get enough of those slice of life animes that just kind of make you feel good inside. Not necessarily make you laugh. Some of them are funny, but some of them you just watch them and you just enjoy it. And it kind of makes your day. So, yeah, maybe check this one out if you're looking for a little slice of life action. Down here, we have... Oh, look at that. Date Alive. Now, I'm not even going to click on it because Date Alive, I can't lie to you. I watched, like, the first 3 episodes. I did. I fell victim to it. I stopped immediately after because I didn't know what on earth was going on. It was just a mess. Like, it made no sense to me. I know people lose their fucking mind over this anime. I don't know why. I really don't, but they do. And yeah, if you're into that, then you go absolutely wild. 4th season of Date Alive. That's for you. You go get them. This next one, I saw this on the list as I was looking at it, and I'm actually really excited for this one. I'm Quitting Heroing. This one, I actually, over on Bookwalker, I read the first chapter or whatever, because it was free, like, preview, because it looked like an interesting concept, and I didn't continue it, but I did read the first chapter, so I know the sort of plot. Anyways, we'll click on it, we'll read it. So after saving the world, the strongest hero, Leo, becomes someone who is not wanted in the peaceful human world. He was too strong. Exiled, he seeks to join the Demon King's army, which he defeated, and needs to be rebuilt. The army had many problems, too much work, financial troubles, etc. Leo starts to make things better using his power. Leo encounters Echidna again and asks her why she invaded the human world. There was an unexpected story. So yeah, basically, this one, from what I get from it, we got the hero. He beats the Demon King's army, He's just the strongest being in existence, essentially. But that makes him an outcast amongst his own people, the humans. And they kind of cast him away because they see him as a danger now that he's defeated the Demon Lord, or the Demon King, and or Queen in this, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so then he obviously is done with humans and done with heroing. He just goes and he applies for almost like a job interview at the Demon King's castle. I saw the trailer for this, and it's him like applying at the castle. It's super funny. Go check it out if you haven't already. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch this one. I'm actually surprised that score is a little low. This is kind of like, I'm hoping that this is like the kind of fantasy anime that we all love to just, watch as soon as it comes out. We could use more of those. I hope it's not a bust. It doesn't, like, I have faith in them. I like the art style and everything, and I'm excited for this one. Here we have Skeleton Knight in Another World. One day, a gamer played video games until he fell asleep, and when he woke up, he found himself in the game world as a skeleton, equipped with the powerful weapons and armor that his avatar, but stuck with its frightening skeletal appearance. Ark has to find a place for himself in this new fantastical world. All his hopes for quiet life are dashed when he crosses path with a beautiful elven warrior, setting him on a journey full of conflict and adventure. I've heard a little bit about this. Now, I'm not too much sure what to think about it at first. Like, that first sentence almost sounds a lot like, I want to say Overlord. Not really, though. I guess only the skeleton in Another World sort of video game character in Another World as a skeleton kind of reminds me of it. I don't think this one's going to be much like that, really. I hope not, because I don't know. As good as Overlord is, I loved Overlord, don't get me wrong. I just don't think anything can match Overlord. So I hope it kind of does its own thing. I might give it a go. It seems like a kind of neat concept. So yeah, I don't know. It just, it's an isekai. I like isekai sometimes, but you know what? Sometimes they just botch them. So I see why people have a sort of love-hate relationship with the genre. Anyways, that's it for Skeleton Knight in Another World. Let's see, moving on, we got Tomodachi Game. Let's have a look at this one. Yuichi Katagiri has battled financial hardships his whole life, but has learned to stay content and positive thanks to his close circle of friends. To keep a promise he made to them, Yuichi saves up enough money to join them on a school trip, but when the gathered money mysteriously goes missing, suspicion falls on Yuichi's friends, Shiho Sawaragi and Mikoto Shibe, who were in charge of collecting the payments. Although innocent, Shiho and Makoto take responsibility for the failure to protect the money when no one else comes forward. A few days later, Yuichi and his friends receive a mysterious letter which trick each of them into meeting up. Upon arrival, they are ambushed by and knocked unconscious. When they wake up, a mysterious figure in the room, in the presence of Manabe-kun, a character from the controversial children's show that just stopped airing due to malicious content, he informs the group that one of them must indirectly gather them together in order to settle a large debt. They are to play the friendship game, a series of games that will test the strength of their bond and trust in each other as the group's faith wavers. Secrets and betrayals. Yuichi must figure out who his friends are he can actually trust and ultimately discover the identity of the traitor. Okay, this one, I've heard of this one. This is like a little mystery horror sci-fi. I don't know. It sounds kind of interesting. Characters look kind of cool. That looks creepy as hell. But yeah, I don't know. I might check this out if I'm looking for a little something to sort of keep my mind engaged, a little on edge, a little bit of mystery, a little bit of horror. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. So give that one a go if you're into that sort of thing. Next up, we have The Greatest Demon Lord is Reborn as a Typical Nobody. I've heard of this one as well. I think I've seen the trailer for this as well. As the most powerful entity of all time, the Demon Lord, Varvatos, thinks life is a big fat snore. When he takes matters into his own hands and decides to reincarnate, he calibrates his magical strength to be perfectly average. But there's no way he could have predicted that everyone in the modern world would be weak as hell, which means he is totally overpowered once again. Reborn under the name Ard, he has ladies fawning over him, the royal family begging for him to become the next king, and an ex-minion insisting on killing him. But Ard has a one-track mind, and he won't stop at anything to achieve his ultimate goal. So, as much as I love, like, the idea of this one, because I've seen a lot of good ones like this, I personally hate characters who don't, like, with zero ambition. In fact, I hate characters whose ambition is to not be ambitious. Like, they just don't want anything. You want to just live your quiet little life in the countryside? Okay, that's great. Good for you. But, like, nobody else wants to see that. And even though they do stuff, like they kind of force their hand on these adventures, it just doesn't seem like they have a clear goal in mind. And I don't like, I kind of, it loses me, the fact that they don't have a clear goal in mind. But you know what, I'll probably still end up watching this one. I think that 7.02 is probably a pretty accurate score. But you know what, that's just me. Maybe I am gonna end up watching it ultimately, I have a feeling. So yeah, that's this one. Next up, it looks like we got Summertime Render. Let's have a look at this one. After his parents died, Shinpai Ahiro lived with the Kofun sisters, or Kofuni sisters, I don't know how to pronounce that, Mio and Ushio. But he has since moved to live on his own in Tokyo. But after Ushio drowns while trying to save the young Shiori Kobayakawa, he returns home to mourn her departure. However, bruises around Ushio's neck bring her cause of death into question. Taking a step back, Shinpai becomes convinced that there must be another explanation. Dangerous entities roam around the islanders, and a vision of deceased Ushio asks him to save Mio as her final request. He is certain that something is afoot, and Ushio's death is only a piece of the puzzle. With the help of Mio and various others, Shinpai struggles to forge a future in which he, his friends, and his family can stay alive. But the more he investigates, the more impossible such a future seems. This darkness infiltrates his home island. Just how much more suffering will he go through before finding the right path to save it all? This one looks kind of cool. Like, the art is meh, kind of average if you ask me. That person is holding a knife, so that's fun. It's another mystery anime. I haven't watched a whole lot of mystery anime, but you know what? They're usually not too bad. So I'll treat this one with a little bit of optimism, maybe a little bit of spark of hope. It's not that high up on my personal need to watch list or anything. But you know what? If I have some time left over after watching all the other anime, maybe I'll check it out. But if you're into this, then you know what? Give it a go. Alright, next up we have a couple of cuckoos. So, we'll look at this one. You know what, I've heard of this one. I forget everything about it though, so let's read the synopsis. 16-year-old superstar Nagi Umino, second-year student at the Meguro River Academy High School, was switched at birth. On his way to a dinner to meet his birth parents, he accidentally meets the brash, outspoken Erika Amino, who is determined to make Nagi her fake boyfriend, as she never wants to actually marry. But once Nagi makes it to dinner, he finds his parents have decided to resolve the hospital switch by conveniently having him marry the daughter his birth parents raised, who turns out to be none other than Erika herself. So here we might have like a little rom-com or something. Or super studier. I might have said superstar. Super studier. Whatever though. But you know what? This sounds kind of cool. I might check this one out. A little bit of... I like some romance animes. Especially rom-coms. They tend to be pretty good. Usually. And this plot sounds kind of interesting. Again, these ones are kind of like, it's kind of like rolling dice when you watch these ones. Like, it could go one way or it could go the other. Rarely is it like meh. It's either really good or really bad. But yeah. Anyways, that's this one. Maybe check it out. Yeah, I don't know. Couple of Cuckoos. All right. Next up, we have Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove it. I don't know if this is like another season or not. I thought this was already a thing. It is the second season. Okay, that's yeah. So I haven't watched this. From what I know, uh, I don't know a whole lot about this, so I don't really know what I can say. It apparently it's pretty good. It's got 7.5, which yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. It's got a lot of members. Holy moly, 80,000. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. The artwork in this one looks kind of cool. The plot is kind of meh. I think there are better. Don't hate me for this. For those of you who love this, don't hate me for this, please. But I think there are better ones out there that I would rather watch before I watch this one. To be honest, I'd rather watch that one we looked at last, A Couple of Cuckoos, than this one. But maybe that's just me. If this is your jam, then you get season 2. So you know what? It has to be somewhat good to get season 2. So maybe I'll eventually check it out. Okay, next up, I'm actually pretty excited for this one. We have Trapped in a Dating Sim, the world of... Hold on, I'm going to click on this one to go into it. Trapped in a Dating Sim, the world of otome games is tough for mobs. So I was in the bookstore, and I actually saw this one on the shelf. I don't think it's something that I would enjoy, but you know what? I was kind of, like, I don't know, that title, Trapped in a Dating Sim... it stuck out. It did stick out. So hats off to him for that. Anyways, let's read the synopsis and then maybe I'll decide. Office worker Leon is reincarnated into a popular punishing dating sim video game where women reign supreme and only beautiful men have a seat at the table. But Leon has a secret weapon. He remembers everything from his past life, which includes a complete playthrough of the very game in which he is now trapped. Watch Leon spark a revolution to change the new world in order to fulfill his ultimate desire of living a quiet, easy life in the countryside. You sons of guns. Whoever wrote that. This is like, dude, it's always why the countryside? Why the countryside? And why does everybody want this quiet life in the countryside? Like, you could be king of the world. You're trapped in a dating sim. You know everything that's gonna happen, dude. Like, you are the ultimate person there in that aspect. So, oh yeah, let's just use it to go live a quiet life in the countryside. But we're also gonna spark revolution because, you know, why the hell not? Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna be watching this one. It seems like a wacky concept. I've heard a little bit about this anime actually. Like, there's mech battles for some reason. It just seems all over the place. You know what, if enough clips or whatever get out about this one, maybe they release it and everybody says it's a knockout, and then I'll check it out. But I don't know. I'm not going to be one of the first to watch this, I'll tell you that much. But you know what, maybe you'll enjoy this, because I bet a lot of people will enjoy this. I just don't think it's for me. Okay, next up we have Love After World Domination. Now, if this is the one I think it is, this one seems like a really interesting concept. I've seen a little bit about this one. We'll just read the synopsis and then I'll talk about it after. So let's go. In the eyes of the public, Fudu Akawa and Desumi Magahara are sworn enemies who have nothing in common. Fudu, known as Red Gelato, is the leader of the hero squadron Gelato 5. Whose mission is to bring about world peace. On the other hand, Desumi is the minion leader of Gecko, a villainous organization seeking world domination. However, despite these differences, their relationship is not quite what it seems. When they are not making a show of being at each other's throats, Desumi and Fudu continue to try and pursue a forbidden love, going on dates, baking sweets for one another, and meeting up as often as they can despite their hectic situations. The two inexperienced lovebirds pave the way for their own unique relationship. Though it does say, though their private lives are worlds apart, Fudu and Desumi will stop at nothing to make their seemingly impossible romance work. So I've seen some funny clips of this one, actually. I might actually check this one out. It's a good rom-com. As I said before, I'm a fan of rom-com. The plot, that whole kind of Romeo Juliet, like, they're enemies, but they're also trying to make it work. And you know what? I really enjoy that plot most of the time. 7.43. I thought this one would be like an 8 or something in terms of score. But you know what? That's fine by me. I'll probably be checking this one out because I don't know, something about that plot with the whole like enemies, and like they fight each other, and then like when nobody else is looking, they're like, "Hey, yo, what's up, homie?" That I find that kind of cool. So yeah, I don't know. Check this one out if you feel like it. And yeah, that's it for that one. What's up next? We have Ascendance of a Bookworm. Okay, we'll read the synopsis for this one. This one doesn't even say it's a 3rd season, and I've never even heard of it. So for those of you who know, for like the 5 of you who know what this is, Ascendance of a Bookworm, you got a 3rd season. It must be pretty good, or it must have a lot of fan service to be worthy of a 3rd season. So I guess it's got that going for it. It is a bit of a cool name, but it sounds more like a manhwa or something. Or make like a really good web novel. That's all I get from the name. I don't know anything about this. It doesn't have a synopsis, so I can't really say anything more. So anyways, that's it for that one, I guess. Hey guys, I'm gonna end it there. You know what? There were a lot of anime, and I read through the rest of them, and to be honest, I think I covered most of the important ones. All the ones that you guys should probably be checking out. All these top ones. I just kind of went down, and you know what? There were so many animes that were just kind of like, just kind of there. If you want to check it out yourself, you can head on over to my anime list and just go check it out for yourself. You know what? That's probably the best thing to do. But to be honest, all the other anime just seemed like, I don't know, they weren't worth reading out. I know there were a couple on there that I probably should have read out, and if I missed one that you were really looking forward to, I apologize deeply for that. But I'm going to end it there. So, you know what? If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing for more content soon to come.